Welcome back, everyone, to another Evil Game recap. This time, we're going to cover some middle episodes, which I like to basically call the train job. It seemed like a long time when we actually played it in game, so hopefully, this summary will help to bring you more up to speed and not be as many episodes. So we join our villains in a cave seeking refuge from the sacking of Orchard Springs. After a long rest, more members of the crew arrive and tell the group that their trail is very easy to follow and that the Lord of Orchard Springs has survived and may be on his way to the cave. Algast offered to teleport the group to Waterdeep to escape, but he can only take 8 people with him, and there were currently 1 over the limit. So, Temerity stabbed a gnome through the neck, and they were good to go. As the spell was cast, soldiers from Orchard Springs burst into the cave, and one of the group, Bix, was left behind. They arrive at a lavish party in Waterdeep where the crew is told to follow Algast to meet up with the boss. Temerity spots a previous acquaintance through the crowd, Sal Swiftfoot. Sal tells him to bail on Algast. He's about to catch some serious blowback as the attack on Orchard Springs was a failure. Unbeknownst to the crew, the Lord of Orchard Springs was the real target, and his survival means that Algast is in some shit. So Temerity, Darian, Morgan, Patrick, Carmine, and Arla follow Sal into the basement, where he uses a magical contraption to transport them all to the sewers of Neverwinter, where they are given a job. A large diamond called the Eye of the North is being transported to 10 towns via a new train. There will be a wedding joining 2 barbarian tribes, and this diamond is being presented as a wedding gift from the king. Stealing it will set the tribes against each other, destabilizing the area. Additionally, Arla's uncle Oscar is an investor in the train, so they have an in. After a little petty crime, they board the train, and it's magnificent. It's a beautiful combination of magic and crafting, very fancy bigger on the inside, robot servants, endless buffet, free champagne. Good stuff. Temerity uses his wiles to gain entrance to the first-class cabins and finds the woman who is charged with delivering the gem, Leah, and her bodyguard, Payne. Each player gets into little shenanigans on their own. Patrick discovers his ex-girlfriend, Joy, who betrayed him, robbed him blind, and left him for dead, is on the train with a child who is probably his. She's playing Caddy Bree in the onboard production of 50 Shades of Drizzt. She dumps the kid, Artie, on him, and he spends some very awkward quality time with his son, which involves a little combat training. Morg makes his theatrical debut as Wolfgar in 50 Shades of Drizzt after the actor gets injured in the onboard fighting pit. He does okay. Temerity uses the fighting pits to stir up tensions between the 2 tribal emissaries. He also decides to use his powers and wiles to kill a shitty kid's parents and make him believe they died because she's shitty. Sorry, I'm just remembering this. Darian is given a key card by the train itself. She uses it to get into the engine room, where she learns that the train is powered by a sentient, evil, mind-controlling crystal named Angie that wishes to be freed at the end of the journey so she can kill all the gnomes. All of them. Darian enlists Morg to provide Angie with a prototype robot body to roam and murder to her heart's content at the end of the journey. The train breaks down at one point, and the crew goes through a series of caves to enable them to continue on, losing Carmine in the process. He's dead. After the 50 Shades of Drizzt performance on the last night, things go bad. The robot servants begin attacking the passengers, Payne joins them in the battle, and the combat travels down to the kitchen, away from prying eyes. Before they even defeat the robots, Darian, Patrick, and Morg seize the opportunity to kill Payne, leaving Leah without protection. Temerity uses the distress of the evening to comfort Leah and get her drunk and back to his room, where they fornicate. Afterwards, Temerity uses the sleep spell, steals her room key, and the crew successfully steals the Eye of the North. So that is what happened on the train after we left Orchard Springs. The party will resume in the 10 towns. We'll have one more recap after this, and then we'll be moving on to full-blown episodes from episode 16 onward.